Good morning, everybody. This is Vince with Listings to Leads. Let's just give it a couple minutes here. We're going to get started on our onboarding call. So let's just give it a few minutes while people are logging in. And while we're getting started, if you want to let me know how long have you been with us and where are you? What city, state are you in? All right, let's see here. Chats. Okay. We'll just give it a couple minutes for people to let people log in. Alex, Central Florida. Okay. Is that kind of Orlando area? And how long have you been with us, Alex? Oh, okay, 3 weeks with Sophia. Welcome, Chicago. I hope it's not too cold up there. I know Chicago gets real chilly. I think we got some heavy storms floating around. Okay. About 3 weeks. Yeah, okay. Let's give it just another minute here. As I do see people logging in. And since you are new here, how did you find us? Was it a Google search? Was it a coach? Was it your office? Well, that's not too bad, Sophia. It's not too bad. You know, I was in Chicago. I've been there a number of times. So I remember when I was a kid, like in early college, I went there and I was walking out of a hotel and my hair broke. Like it broke off. It was so cold. Which is crazy. Anyway, let's get started here. Hi, everybody. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and this is our onboarding call. So this is typically for our new clients as they're signing up. And if you've been here, a lot of clients like to come in and check in and see what's new. So it's always good to get on this call to see what's happening. And honestly, right now, there's a lot happening. Right here, I think before we dive deep into it, I want to tell you kind of the significant things that are available here in Listings to Leads that you definitely want to be taking advantage of. Now, our platform is very robust. We've been doing this for 16 years. We have a lot of tools to help agents market. We help them with social media. We help them with print. We even have tools to help you integrate and capture leads out of your CRM. And we have a lot of automated listing marketing and ways to get more listings, right? So there's a whole lot in the system. And so that can get confusing and overwhelming. So there's really 4 things I want you to know about by the time we get off this call. And one is that our expired marketing is getting listings for clients all over the country. Number 2 is our open house marketing is getting listings for our clients all over the country. Now, open house marketing also gets buyers, but because of the kind of tools that we have, it helps you get more listings. So a lot of our clients, they host 2 to 4 open houses every week. And they do that maybe with their own listings or with borrowed listings. So you can do that sort of thing, right? Now, also another kind of pillar of the platform is our Facebook and Google ad software. We have software from both Facebook and Google. We make running ads very easy, like kind of 2 clicks. You can run ads on listings. You can run ads early stage, like just listed or open house. You can run ad later stage and you get seller leads. Something like, hey, this home just sold. That affects your home value. Click here for your home value. We also give you a number of PDF guides and landing pages, and you can use those either to get buyer leads or seller leads. So a lot of ways of using social media to get out there, and Facebook is probably the most exciting for our clients. And then the last is our listing presentation, and we'll be looking at that in a moment. We have a listing presentation that you can download in PDF. If you can see my screen here, we actually have one that's printed, like a really nice high quality magazine. And the one you see the cover here, it's actually speaking to expireds, but we actually have it available as a standard version, also a version for FSBOs or canceled, and then of course expireds. So the listing presentation, Facebook ads, expired marketing, and open houses. You really want to look at this. There's definitely a lot of other things that go on here, like we create virtual tours and we do all this automation for you. But those things are really going to help get more business for you. And they're actually they're operating very quickly. So if you come to our website right now, you'll see that we've got 3 videos on here. And I'm going to show you where we have the longer videos. These are kind of like shorter versions. But I do want to kind of give you the highlights. This young lady here has been out of high school for 3 years and been a realtor for 1 year. She's using our expired marketing system and has 4 listings in 6 weeks. Okay. We recorded that video right there about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. And she's on track to generating 20 listings by March. That's her goal, and she could probably hit it. This gentleman here on the left, he's been a banker for 20 years and a realtor for 1 or 15 months or something like that. And yeah, he's probably got 2 to 3 listings in about 5 weeks. He's using our expired marketing too. And then Scott Murray is a 20-year veteran with EXP now, did 34 million last year, added 2.7 million to his pipeline in 3 days of door knocking with this handy thing in his hand. Okay, now they all have a different approach to hitting expireds, right? She likes to call them, leave voicemails, and text them. He has, John down here on the left has a really great voicemail that he leaves, and people respond, and he goes and presents this pamphlet and gets really serious conversations. And this guy, Scott Murray, really has some skill at door knocking, and that's why he applies it. And as you'll see here, there's a byline on our website. It says, listings in weeks and not months. That's something that we're really seeing a lot here. This listing presentation, we have a lot of agents coming back. And a number of times it said they're asking where can they sign up to list without the agent even asking. Okay. I'll show you the listing presentation. There's one available for you automatically inside your account, but we'll look at that in a little bit. And I want to kind of put in contrast here, like we've been here for 16 years and we have been a really terrific way of capturing leads through social media, through print, through email. Some you would pay for with ads, some are free. And I can tell you, clients love that, right? They love that. They can get their own leads. They spend a little ad budget. They get leads. We're not selling into 3 agents, all that kind of stuff, right? But there is something about converting leads, which agents do not like. And that's because converting a lead can take you, I don't know, 2 weeks, 2 months, or even 2 years. But boy, when you start working with these expireds, we are having people close in just 1 appointment. And sometimes takes a few. But there's a real great strategy. I'm going to point you to some kind of deeper videos of what's going on. We do live training on expireds as well. So when you log into your account, you're actually going to see this pop-up page. And you can see here that we are actually hosting 2 live classes 5 days a week to help agents unpack the expired and listing presentation, expired marketing and listing presentation. So if you want more listings in 2026, you need to get involved in that class now so that you can have, if you're going to do the print, it's going to take you a week to put that together. If you're not going to do the print, you at least need to know how to approach these expireds. And I'm pretty sure, I'm very confident to say that if you put this in your business, it will be the #1 source of listings for 2026. There's a lot of expireds happening, and our toolkit is going to help you, approach those. That, if you happen to miss it, there's a little bell up here, it says announcements, right? So if you kind of blow back by that page, you can actually, I think we have it right here where you can sign up for those classes right here as well. Okay. So when we log into the system, there's a setup and there's a setup wizard. And then at that point, we start dropping you on the dashboard, right? And you can decide, do I need buyer leads or do I need seller leads? And whichever you decide on, most of the tools that are available to help you are kind of right here, right? They're like on this page. And so that would include running ads if you want seller leads, running an ad on a listing, like a sold listing, running an ad on a landing page, or a PDF guide or running ads on Google, right? Also, just marketing your sold listings, your pending listings. The call to actions are, in the language, the text are designed to basically say something like, hey, that home's going to close or it's already sold. It's going to affect your home value. Click here to get your home value. So marketing sold ads or sold listings with our platform has call to actions. And I kind of want to pause a moment there because I don't know what companies you're coming from, but I am friends with thousands of realtors on social media. And I see the cool, colorful ways they have of marketing, of telling people that I sold something, right? You might actually have a company that is creating sold stuff for you. The difference of what your major franchises are doing and what we're doing is that they have your branding set, right? The colors, the logo, your headshot, and maybe your phone number might be there, maybe not, but there is no lead capture in it. And I see this day after day. If you're using our sold tools, which can be used for free on social media or in your email, or you can run an ad, it doesn't matter which avenue you choose, even if you choose all three, they all can capture leads. They all have call to action built into it. So using our system to advertise has just a lot of ways of capturing leads. Now, if we keep scrolling down here, you're going to see landing pages. You're going to see our PDF guides. You each have 80 PDF guides. They are all about 5 or 6 pages long, and 40 of them are for home sellers and 40 of them are for home buyers. We even write kind of email blasts for you, which are actually really timely and very useful. So as you're capturing leads, if you want to send something to them that's kind of like news today, you can just click this button and that will send that out, to either your buyer leads or your seller leads or both. So that's a kind of high level of what we're doing. Let's talk about how we set up an account if you're brand new, right? So if you signed up recently, whenever you do sign up, you go to our website and you go to the bottom, or you click start a free trial, and you'll see our pricing, right? And you can choose a package, and I'll kind of show you what that is. So $95 a month is our basic agent package. You can have 10 listings in there, okay? And all the tools that I'm about to show you are included in that. And it's month to month. There's no annual contract. You can cancel on your own profile. But once you do that, once you click that green button, you type in your email address, your name, and then the next page asks for a credit card, which we hold for 2 weeks, and then it turns into a month-to-month account, okay? And at that point, the website is going to look like this, okay? Now, I've gone through this a couple times, so it's got my photo there, but yours is going to ask for your photo, and if you need to fill in any of these because your MLS or state requires it, fill them out. If not, just move on, right? Next is where's your logo and what's your color scheme, what's your palette. You'll see that we have, marketing palettes from a number of the national companies here. And if you're at a boutique, you can choose your own color scheme right here, right? And then, of course, fill these out if you need them. Don't worry about it if you don't need them. And then here's where some of the work stuff gets involved, right? And this is social media auto posting. So when your listing hits our account, your system, your account, we will auto post it to these platforms, to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, X, and Google. We also create a virtual tour and we'll auto upload that to our YouTube channel. If you have your own YouTube channel, you can connect there. We'll put it on yours as well. That's all automatic. We also put a few other landing pages, but you have to click through here, each button, and sign in and connect it, and then come back here and do all the rest. That's for social media auto posting, and auto posting is free. Like I said at the beginning of the call, one of the top things that's going on that our clients love is our Facebook ad software and running ads. And here's where you connect Facebook to run ads. So it kind of starts to confuse agents because you kind of feel like, oh, I just did that. Well, you need to actually connect to social media 3 times. On this page, only Facebook for paid ads. And we'll go to the next one. But the next page, we're asking you to connect even one more time. So we do social media content here. And this is like real estate related content. It's really got great photography. You can tell us how many days a week you want, and also pick a bunch of categories. If you click the eyeball, you'll notice there are a dozen of articles underneath each of these topics. And this content is growing accounts on Instagram. So if you connect your Instagram, you start choosing, some topics here. People like the content, they start following you. But it's also, I'm going to click connect social accounts here. It's also giving SEO power to your Google business pages. And that's really important. If you have Google Business or Google My Business, whatever it's called today, it sits there on the internet, but how do people find it, right? And they probably would find it if they searched your name, if they knew who you were, right? But what if they just go and, we've got a client over here in Orlando in that area. What if somebody just goes to their computer and types in real estate? Does your Google business page even show up on page one? And typically the answer is no, unless you're paying for an ad, right? You're paying to have like a spotlighted area. But here with this content, it actually is getting ranked with Google to give it SEO power so that it does migrate to page one on local real estate searches for all of you. You do need a Google business page, Google My Business, and then you connect this content here. And, after a few months, that's what will happen. So at this point, we've got your headshot, we've got your logo, you've connected to social media for us to auto post, we've connected your Facebook ad account so you can run ads, and then we just added the content, right? But right here, if you drop in the email address that is inside of your MLS, this is how we auto sweep your listings in, okay? And so now when the listings hit, well, we'll auto post some social media for you. We'll email you a bunch of tools to help you market those. And that's kind of how we do it, right? Here you can connect your CRM. We have APIs for many of the leading CRMs out there. If you don't have a CRM, don't worry about it. Click this button right here because we have our own email drip campaigns, which frankly, I think are more effective than many of these leading CRMs. I'll kind of show you where they are, but when you go look at them yourself, you'll realize, that yes, they are very effective. We can also auto sweep your listings inside the system from Zillow, Google, and Testimonial Tree. You just click that button, and it's going to say which account do you want, and then you connect them, and boom, we pull the listings in. So that's kind of what setup is about, right? So at that point, all the automation is turned on. Let's see, I got kind of kicked out there. So now you can do things. We're going to start auto sweeping your listings, and we're going to start, emailing you tools on your listings. But now that we've got the account set up, let's talk about those things I was talking about, right? Which is Facebook ads, listing presentation, expired marketing, and open house marketing. In a way, they kind of seem like a bit of a circle to me, right? If you use our expired marketing, you're going to get listings. And once you get listings, you want to start running ads on Facebook to get buyers. And you'll find that some of those buyers are actually sellers. They're just approaching you as a buyer first. But also when you get that listing, you want to host an open house with us. We do a live class on open houses, but let me tell you, I'm going to just give you a couple of short points about this, right? First of all, I've got open house right here. So I'm going to click market listing, and I'm going to run a Facebook ad because remember I said that's one of the most important things going on here. So right here, we've got all these things that we do for every one of your listings: Facebook, free social media posts, nearby homeowner letter, e-flyer for your CRM database, single property websites, virtual tours. We put it on YouTube. We give you QR codes. There's a lot, right? And we actually do live training on all that, right? So if I click on Facebook and Instagram, and we've already connected our Facebook business page already, everything is done, right? This is my business page, sponsored by my business page. Whatever city it's in, the location's already there. It's a 15-mile radius, $35 budget. We recommend changing that to 50, but it's a 7-day ad. Very simple. All you do, boom, hit that green button. If you watch our Facebook ad classes, you'll see that there are different things you can do, right? You can go in here and you can add the date or time, There's few things that you can do. You don't want to get too crazy because our template works. What I do want to point out, because I know there's somebody in Florida, is this call recorded, Mike? Yes, it is. And it will be on our YouTube channel in just a minute. And I'm just about to show you where that is. Can you show adding emails? Suma, I can't because you can't actually add emails. Do you mean you have like leads sitting somewhere and you want to import them into our system? If the answer to that question is yes, you cannot import people like that. It is something that clients ask for, and it's something that we're certainly thinking about. It just puts us in there's a little bit of a risk there because we have to be able to manage not turning ourselves into a email spam campaign or system. Because when we first started, we actually create a lot of tools. When you sign up with us, we give you a lot of marketing tools. We send you leads, and we had to work with ISPs, internet service providers, all over the country to say, wait a minute, we're not a spam campaign company here. We actually have tools for agents. And I can tell you that took a lot of work. So we don't want to really get into that, but we know our clients want that. We'll see if we can attack that at some point. When you have an open house, or just when you have a listing, you want to run down this. And for those of you in the southern states like Arizona, Texas, and Florida, you might have inventory building up. You might have expensive homes. You can take out that city right there and you can type in something like this, like New York City or New Jersey or Chicago even, where people love to get out of heavy winters and go have like a nice beachfront property, right? So that's a real simple way of running, of using Facebook right there. You might also be in an area where you have second homes and you want to market to an adjacent big city where people like to buy. And so you can kind of do that there. Now, I do want to point this out. And as I mentioned, there is a class that we do on open house marketing. But this right here, the nearby homeowner letter, this is the reason why our clients are hosting 2 to 4 open houses every week, because they're getting more listings from it. And how are they getting more listings from that? Well, they get the open house inside their account. They run a Facebook ad like on Monday or Tuesday, and then they print out 50 or 100 of these. And as you can see, it says, hey, I got an open house this Saturday. Check it out, scan that QR code, or go here to go find out about it and become a buyer lead. But that's going to affect your home value. And go here from this piece of paper and go get your free home value, right? So who's going to do that? And you're printing 50 or 100 of these, so you're walking it around the neighborhood. Only people who are thinking about selling are going to do that, right? And they might actually walk into your open house if they want to kind of see, hey, what's the competition look like here in our market? This is why our clients host open houses. They get this and they get the neighboring homeowners in, and then we have a lot of tools that just make you look like a rock star. So this is one of them. This is it's kind of simple. It's an online sign-in form. Ask clients for their feedback. Ask people to walk through for their feedback. Answer this. Give us your email. We'll send you the agent a lead. We'll send them a single property website in their email, so they get the information on the home on their phone. There are other things with open houses, but this class today is not about just open houses. So you can kind of go learn, more about that in our classes, and I'll show you where to do that in just a minute. But the other thing I was saying, one is Facebook ads, one is open house marketing, and the other is expired. So I actually have an expired listing right here. And so you do want to get on our classes to learn like when to approach an expired home, how to approach, whether you want to do it with phone or you want to do it with door knocking or some mixture of that. That's what our classes are and our workshops are there for. But I actually have an expired listing here, and this is what's making a serious impact. And it's our listing presentation for that home right here in Flipbook. Okay, now Flipbook is like an online magazine. Okay, now if you remember, I was showing you the one I have here in my hand. This is the listing presentation for an expired home, but it's kind of generic, right? These are photos that we put here, and you can order them, and we make them for you to look like your market. It is branded to you, right? Your logo and your headshot. But this one is different because it's made for one homeowner. So their name's going to be on the cover and their address is going to be on the cover. And as you click through it, every image is their home. This is very powerful. We've had a lot of clients for months closing listing appointments because of this. Okay. So this is just part of it, right? This is part of the expired marketing system, is that you have this, you have a print version there, and we give you a lot of ways to start engaging that. So join us on those calls, whether they're over here. If you sign up when you log in, that jump page will be here, or this will be here, right? Now, if we go back to the listings page, there's a tab right here that says listing presentation. And we actually have the generic one sitting here waiting for you. So you don't actually have to create one for a listing. This listing presentation is branded to you. It's got your picture and it's got everything that we do. So you should actually look at this to get familiar with what we do automatically for you, right? And this really explains what we do when we're marketing a home. And so when you present this, this is already sitting in your account. You can use this. And if you get on those classes, those workshops, you're going to find out that agents are using these tools that I'm showing you to get more listings all over the place. And once they get the listings, what do? They run ads. And then what do they do after that? They hold open houses and they get more listings. How can you actually get this with the photos of the expired home? Oh, that's a good question. You go right here. You go right here on the listings page, and there's a green button, and you can do a couple of things. One, you can grab a listing. So maybe your listing didn't show up, or maybe it's a colleague's. You want to grab a listing and pull it into your account and advertise it, especially if you're going to do an open house. You might use grab listing, but for an expired, you might manually do this. So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to manually add it, and I'm going to change it to either listing presentation here or an expired, or maybe even a FSBO, right? Or cancel. They're all going to do the same thing. I'm going to do expired, and I would put the homeowner's name. You can put in these fields you want. Definitely want to put in the address, and then you add one photo of their home, okay? And that's how you create a unique listing presentation with one photo of the same home, right? Did you follow that, Suzanne? That might, to me, I do this all day long, but I want to make sure everybody grasps this. Can I get a yes or no from all of you? Like, to create a unique listing presentation for either a FSBO, canceled, expired, or maybe you just got a seller lead because you ran a sold out on Facebook and you're going to create this and send it over to them. You go over here to listings, and let's do it again. So you go to listings, you go to add listing, you're going to go manual, and you want to change it to either listing presentation or expired, or FSBOs or canceled. And then we're going to say, what's the seller's name, right? There. You put your email and phone number if you want, put the address, and add one photograph. And our clients they get those photos, and this is a little, we really recommend that you go just take your smartphone to the house and take a picture of it and then upload it here. But some of our clients will go to like Google Street View and grab that, and maybe they'll clean it up with ChatGPT. Or I've even seen people grab it from Zillow and Realtor.com, but that's a little bit sketchy. But we're not auto posting it to anywhere. It's just going directly to that homeowner. So, these are kind of options. I'd recommend just going and taking a photo. So I see a question here. I use the listing presentation, but didn't know you can personalize it in this way. Yeah, this is what's making, when I take you to the website, to the home page, this young lady here has 4 listings in 6 weeks. She creates a unique listing for each one of the expired she wants to approach. And then she takes the unique URL, the cover, and she texts it to him. She calls him a few times, and then she texts it to him, right? And she actually says in her call, like, she calls them, but they don't answer because they're getting called by hundreds of agents. And then she texts them one question, hey, would you like to see my presentation? And they don't respond. And then she creates this for that home and texts it to them. That's how she got 4 listings in 6 weeks, okay? So yeah, it is very powerful. Paul's got a question here. Should we email it from L to L? And can we text it from L to L? Yeah, I mean, there's different ways. And that's, Paul, why you want to get in our class. As I mentioned, we're doing 2 classes every day, morning and afternoon, about how do you leverage this. And we actually have a client who has, I think, a couple thousand leads in his CRM, and he pulled out about 200 and set an email blast And he took this one, which is the generic one that's sitting in everybody's account. And I think he just wrote a very simple question. He's like, hey, if you're thinking about selling, why don't you click on this link, which is this link up here, and see how I market homes. From one email, he has 17 conversations with homeowners that were sitting in his CRM doing nothing, right? So yeah, email it out, text it out, go order the print versions here and door knock and get it out. However you want to do it, get seller leads, right? Get seller leads, whether expired or canceled or whatever, and get this tool in front of them. I'm going to do one more ad. I'm going to go over here to ads. And I'm going to do one more thing, and we're going to go talk about resources. How do you learn about everything in listing slates? But I'm on the ads page, and I'm going to click on Facebook, and I'm going to create a listing ad, and I'm going to do an ad on a home that's sold. Okay, lead ads, you want to be using lead ads, and I want to click create ad. Lead ad means that your leads are pre-populated with name, email, and phone number. And basically, the message is the home is sold. That affects your home value. Click here for your home value. Nice and easy, okay? And that gets leads with name, email, and phone number. And I would actually think, you know, in terms of converting, the page, and I'm going to go in a little bit deep here. I don't want you to get too confused, but there's some advanced options that are interesting, but also we can learn a little bit here. You don't actually have to do this, but if you click on create new form, we have added a lot of questions, but let's look at the questions that are already here. So these questions are by default here: full name, email, and phone number. And what's great is it's auto-populated on the right-hand side. So you see full name, email, and phone number, and it's blank here. When a consumer clicks on that, when a buyer clicks on that, or a home seller clicks on that, their name, email, and phone number are auto-populated from their Facebook profile. This is what's awesome. This is why these leads are so accurate, because you need to have your own contact information in case you get locked out and Facebook needs to send you a text and things like that, right? What I want to point out is we have some other questions. Would you sell in the next 1 to 3 months if you have the right price? You can turn that off or on. There's even some questions. You want to check these out, because I actually saw, like, what is your time frame to buy or sell? And we added some recently, which I don't see here. Oh, maybe because this is sold. Yeah. Okay, got it. So there are just new questions that you can ask. But really what I want you to understand is this here. You always want these three because you want name, email, and phone number. You really don't want more than 2 questions beyond that. You start asking too many questions, people just leave, okay? But I want to point out a couple things. You know, we all know about Realtor.com and Zillow and all these other great companies, but I want you to understand about listings to leads. When you capture a lead, you are the only one that gets that lead. Okay, we're not selling your leads to other people, and we're not selling other people's leads to you. If you do not use any of our tools and don't capture any leads, guess what? You're not going to capture any leads. But if you're using our tools and you're getting leads, name, email, and phone number, they are only going to you. Okay, and this blue button that says next, when the consumer sees it, it says, would you like that answer? Would you like that open house information? Would you like your home value? And it says, yes, submit my info. So we're not scamming it off the back of a website. They're literally looking at it and clicking a button saying, yes, I want that answer. We then give them some TCP/A language, and that means even if they're on a do not call, you can call them. And in this case, because it's offering a home value, they can click right here and drop in their address and their email, and then we will give them an instant home value, okay? And whether you get the address or not, because maybe somebody gets confused, you're gonna get a lead with name, email, and phone number, and if you don't see the address come in just a few more seconds, I would text them and say, hey, I see you wanted your home value, we didn't get your address, would you send that to me via text? Just send me your address. And if they respond to that, go over here to the landing page section. There are a bunch of landing pages we automatically create for you. And just open this one, which is the free home value one. And now in the lead, you actually have their email, phone number, and name. And if you texted them and asked them for their address, you could put their address right here, and the next page will ask for the email, and bam, we'll send them a monthly, or we'll send them an instant home value. We'll copy you on that. You'll get that in your email, and we'll update them every month as their home value changes. Okay. So hopefully they click the link and they gave the address automatically, but if not, you can just reach out and text them. Okay. And you do get other landing pages. You can create other landing pages here if you need them. We do create landing pages for FSBOs and expireds, right? And even empty nesters. So if you kind of want to approach that market, we do auto generate these three, which is free home value, down payment assistance, and new construction. If you're doing new construction, I really recommend that you create a listing over here in the listing side and run ads there and put the incentives in the body of the text, right? As opposed to running a new construction. I just had a client from Miami call me this morning. He's like, hey, I created this new construction ad in Miami. There are a number of things wrong. I was like, no, just create a listing, and instead of like saying, hey, it's a 3-2 and it's for sale in Miami, say it's new construction in Miami, and these are the incentives that you need to like click to find out, but you list them there. Because when those incentives, and frankly, more often than not, it's buying down a loan, that gets people interested. Now, I want to point this out here, this free home value, because this page, I'm going to click on the pencil. Pencil here means edit. And you can change this photo. So, depending on where you are in the country, this may not look like your market. So you can click this background picture over here and upload an image there. That looks a little bit more like your area. And I definitely recommend that. So let's answer some questions. I work for a builder selling new homes. Can I utilize this? All day long, Alex. And I just kind of spoke to that. If those homes are on the MLS, you can go to listings and you should be able to click this button here that says add listing, and you can grab it, right? If it's on the MLS, right? And you'll see here in just a second that there's going to be a page pop up, and you just need the zip code and the MLS ID. You might not want to have this selected that you are the listing agent, because that will create a virtual tour on YouTube, and if it's not your listings, you may not want to do that, but it'll still pull it in, and all the marketing is auto generated for you. Or if it's not on the MLS and you're kind of doing early stage, you can go manual and create the listing that way there as well. And then once you've got that, well, you've got all the automated marketing, and you can run Facebook ads, and I would highly recommend that. And then Sophia is saying, where do the leads go? How do we set that up? Well, there's a few things. I don't know if you got here late, Sophia, but we went through a startup wizard, and you actually could connect your CRM, but it's down here in the profile, and you can connect CRM integration here. And if you've got your own CRM, boom, we're going to send it there. We also email you the lead automatically. And if you put it here on the primary phone, we can actually text you the leads automatically as well. But they'll all sit over here on this leads tab on the left, and then you'll be able to work your leads. There's little places to add notes and things like that as you're working your leads, okay? So we're sending them to you automatically, but you can also have them go into your CRM, all right? So we've gone kind of all over the place, but we're still talking about all the same things. Let's talk about some of the resources that you have, because at this point, hopefully you're following along here, and hopefully your heads aren't exploding, but typically you're going to forget a good portion of what I'm talking about here today, right? So what's available for you when you need to get up to speed here, right? So over here, there's a big blue bar. Above it, it says resources. And these are actually, I think one of the most important resources is our YouTube channel, because every call, including this one, is recorded and sitting right here, okay? And I'm going to kind of point out a couple of things here, because, when we talked at the beginning, I was saying, hey, you need to make sure you are, you're working on expireds. So let's go to the videos tab here. It's right underneath here. Right under this big circle, it says videos. And you remember I was pointing out the 3 calls that are on our homepage? One, you absolutely need to be working expireds. If you want listings, you need to be working expireds with our platform. Okay, let's make sure we're straight about that. And two, if you buy that and you're going to do that, you need to come to this page and you need to watch this 6-minute video right here. This guy is on our homepage, but this is a longer discussion, and he likes to door knock, and he has a really great way of doing it. And if you want to learn that, he covers it right there. If you scroll down this page, you will see JJ Newman, who's on the top of our homepage right now. And that's the young agent who has 4 listings in 6 weeks. So how she does it, she covers right here on that call. And this gentleman is also on our homepage down here, Stop Ignoring Expireds. The great thing about that call is he has a voicemail that he leaves. He calls the people and he leaves a voicemail, and it's really not salesy. It's really straightforward and to the point. And he's getting people calling him back. And then when he meets them and he brings this pamphlet here that he's ordered from us, he's closing listings, right? So if you want more listings, you definitely want to be looking at our expireds first and then using our open house marketing. And if you go up here to the top of this page, there's a magnifying glass, and you can type in open house and you'll see all our classes on open houses. You can watch this class here, top tools for more listings down here. There's just a lot of tools to help you get either buyer leads or seller leads. And Sophia, I see your question where you were talking about our CRM. Our CRM is over here on the leads tab. We're going to be changing this name early next year, 2026, to pipeline. And we're going to be making that more robust for agents so that they can, 1, capture leads from us, and 2, convert those leads to business. So back to marketing calendar and resources, you get to YouTube. You also want to get to this page right here. It's our mastermind group. This is a private group on Facebook, okay? And you get there because that's where Scott and I are talking, but also our clients are talking about what they're doing when they have questions. And right here, when you see that you're in the mastermind group, you can see that you can order the pamphlets I was talking about right here. But you'll also see other clients saying, like this guy, Leo, is really using we give you for your landing pages. And he always comes in here almost every week and shows us the kinds of videos he's making, which honestly, if you know much about CRM, not CRMs, about social media, video is really popular. TikTok has made it so powerful that companies like YouTube and Instagram and Facebook are really leveraging, and definitely practice and make that work. This is, you'll hear us talking about our expireds, and this gentleman, Mahmoud Gassama, has been working kind of crazy. He's like a real enthusiast using our listing presentation and getting listings. But you can learn from all of these people here in the mastermind group. And also, I'll click this for you here and ask our support team, or you can email me at Vince@ListingsLeads. We actually have another private group on Facebook, which is solely for getting more listings and working expireds, right? So it's really leveraging our listing presentation. But here, all things feel like they're getting a little bit slow on internet. We are having, get in this group if you want to really get expireds in your business. And honestly, if you're going to be a client of ours and you want more listings, this is the first thing you need to get your arms around, right? So if I go back to the marketing calendar, you can also get to this page, which is live webinars. And we are in a live webinar right now, but you can also get this page by going to leadgenwebinars.com. And here you'll see the class that we're doing now, which is onboarding. And tomorrow, how to market listings. So Scott will be doing that class tomorrow. And then Monday, top tools for more listings. I'll be doing that. And I'll be talking about some other ways of getting more listings, because there are other ways. Honestly, if you're new to us, you need to see, 1, how to market a listing right here. 2, if you want more listings, watch top tools. And 3, open houses. right? These are in-depth calls on those subjects. So go to leadgenwebinars.com, get this under your belt, and that's going to put you in a great position for 2026. Now is a good time for questions if you have questions. I'll show you a couple of other cool things here. One is, you remember I said that in the Startup Wizard, we can sweep your listings, right? And we actually create a website for your listings. And let me ask a question here. Does everybody have a their own website here? And let me click that. Does everybody have a website here? Because not everybody does. And we actually create a number of websites for you. One is a client review website. So in the Startup Wizard, you saw me, like, I can sweep in my reviews, but we also create a website that showcases your reviews. It'll also have your listings. It'll also have a few of your landing pages, and it will also have our location and the PDF guides. Everything here is branded for lead capture for you. So there is a question here. Marilyn, did you have a question? I just see yes. And Suma, who can join the expired listing group? You have to be a client, Suma, to be invited to be. And go up to Facebook and tag your client. So this assumes that you are friends with your clients on Facebook. And let me show you why you want to do that. You go up here and you say, give me a second. You say, hey, Joe, thanks for your review, right? And you sugarcoat that and, wonderful working with you and all those great things, and paste in the link that is on the top of your client review page, right? We'll give this a second to bake because I can tell my browser seems to be kind of clogged up, because this should pull a big picture. I don't see that. Let's see. That's not good. Yeah. Let me see if it's actually going to work. But you tag your client. Okay, that's the point. So there will be a photograph and it should look really cool. And you tag your client. And when you tag your client, it's all their friends and family and colleagues are going to see that, right? And as you now know, it's got all kinds of lead capture. It's got all your listings. It's got your PDF guides and everything. But, if you like referrals, so there really should be a big picture here, and that's kind of broken right now. If you like referrals, you want to tell your clients, and this is not a paid ad, this is free. So it just stays there forever. So if your clients, friends, or family and colleagues log in, they're going to click on that if they're thinking about real estate. And as you can now see, there's a lot of lead capture here for you. So definitely use that review thing. But and oh yeah, Suzanne, my voice is getting choppy. Let me close some pages because I think I can just tell like things feel kind of slow here. Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, so there's client view page there. Let me show you one other thing. We're running out of time. You remember how I said there are a few things that you need to get your arms around: Facebook ads, expired marketing, open house marketing, and our listing presentation. So this is the media library, and you don't really have to come here, okay? And remember I was saying, like, you got to do open houses, and then excuse me, I said get near my homeowner and to come to your open house. Well, this is another tool that you use at the open house, and this is going to blow those people away. Those homeowners that are going to walk through, they're going to see this. I'm going to just play it for you real quick. There is some music on it, but this is our listing presentation in a 5-minute video. So if you're hosting an open house that's furnished with a TV, grab the remote and point the YouTube app to this, because you've already gone through the work to invite the neighbors who own homes to come here. And now you're telling them, this is how I sell a home. There are other tools in open house marketing, but as I said, we're doing those calls later this week. So I don't really want to waste a ton of time here. But the point is, we got tools to help turn the open houses into a lot of business. Let's see if you have more questions. Do you recommend creating a client Facebook group and then tag L2L? No. When you have a Facebook business page, Suma, we auto post your listings and a few of our landing pages and our PDF guides to your social media account. And here's just something that you guys may or may not know. If you have a Facebook business page, I don't know how many people are following you. It could be 50, it could be hundreds, it could even be thousands. But it really doesn't matter, because when you put something on that page, only 5% of the people who follow you will see anything. And that's because Facebook turns down the visibility. They don't really want you to everybody to see that, because they want you to give them money to run ads. And then when you run an ad, like for $50, 2,000 to 3,000 people see it. And then the people who click on it, we grab their lead information and we deliver it to you, right? So I never recommend paying Facebook to get more likes on your page. But if you don't have a business page on Facebook, we highly recommend that. And if you don't have that, email me at vince@listings2leads. And I have a quick 4-minute video that'll show you how to create that. It's free, it's on Facebook. And you absolutely want to be taking advantage of that, because that gets you low-cost buyer leads, okay? Yeah, ads are very, very important. And just to kind of remind everybody, if you go to our homepage, you're going to see us talking about expireds. And that all 3 of these videos are talking about expireds. If you want listings, you need to get in our expired workshops. You need to understand how to do this. It's not actually very difficult at all, but there's a few things to put into place and a few steps of how to do it. And then host open houses. And as you can see, there are a lot of tools to help you make you look like a rock star. Helps you with social media advertising in free ways and paid ad ways, and also to get the neighbors in there who are thinking of selling. And then we give you some tools to help you, like these PDF guides. You can print these. You've got print flyers. A lot of our clients, and you'll see this inside of the open house call, a lot of our clients will pick out 4 or 5 or 6 different PDF guides. Maybe they'll print a few and have them there on the kitchen counter, but a lot of our clients are printing the flyers, and then they're going over to Office Depot or Amazon, and they buy a little acrylic tabletop stand, okay? And you pick 6 different flyers, 3 for buyers and 3 for sellers. And you put one in the laundry room. You put a different one in the master bedroom. Put a different one in the office. They're all branded to you. So as people are walking through the open house, they're going to see that you are the realtor and that you're offering value. If they want to scan that, they can download that report for free, as long as they give you their name and email. So that's definitely something you should be doing, again, to brand yourself and get more business from the open house. Maryland, also get a Google business account. Yeah, totally. A lot of agents don't have Google business account. It is currently the #1 website in the country. And you can also collect reviews there. And if anybody has a question about real estate, more often than not, they're going to Google. Now, I know people are going to ChatGPT too, and that's becoming important. But a lot of people go to Google, and if you don't have a Google business page, you're really not doing yourself any favors. As I mentioned, with our social content, we can actually give that SEO so that will migrate to page 1 on any Google search related to real estate. Student asks questions. I only get 1 to 2 likings in the page. I only get 1 to 2 as you sold ad reach 1 to 2,000. So yeah, Suma, what you're saying is you're posting something on your business page, right? And whatever you post, you only get like 1 or 2 people actually like it. Is that what you're saying? And so I've been showing you our mastermind group, but I'm going to show you our business page. Okay. And I just for our own knowledge and understanding here, right? We have 13,000 people following us. All right. And you might have 200, but it doesn't matter. Whatever we put here, only 5% of our followers are going to see this. Okay. Which is nowhere near 13,000 people. Right. But that's how Facebook works. And that's because they want to say, hey, if you want to reach thousands of people and have people see your open house or see your sold ad or whatever, you got to pay us. Okay. So that's really what you want to be doing. Yeah. This is our free business page, facebook.com/listings to leads. You can see a lot here as well. Right. But like I said, we have a lot of content on our YouTube channel. Over here is our live channel. So you can sign up for our live calls here, or you can sign up for them on leadgenwebinars.com. But definitely you want a Facebook business page. And I definitely recommend you all want a Google business page as well. And we help you with a lot of automated, content for social media. These PDF guides here, they're 80. They're branded to you on every page. Your colors, your logo, your headshot, every page. And on the Setup Wizard, you set it up to where we will post them to your social media accounts for free. And we'll put a landing page behind it. And if somebody wants to download it, they just got to give you their name and email. So that's, a little bit about what Listings to Leads does. Don't forget, get into our marketing calendar up here. There are some daily tasks. There's actually a calendar. So if you're an agent, you don't have a lot of business, there are some tasks every day a week that you can do. Some of them are free, some of them are paid, and you can, capture buyer leads here, seller leads on Tuesday, back and forth PDF guide marketing, and landing pages and niche marketing over here on Thursday and Friday. Lots of ways to capture leads. But don't forget that on marketing calendar, the resource tab, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook Mastermind, and our live webinars are there. Any other questions? I think that's I don't want to keep you. Appreciate you being here. This call is being recorded. It will be on our YouTube channel. Don't forget, it's Facebook ads, it's expired marketing and open house marketing, and our listing presentation will help you grow your business next year. Okay. And all those people, I can tell you, I know it's the holidays. All these people are working now, and they all are telling us they are getting signatures from people right now who want to sell next year. They obviously don't want to sell before Christmas, right? Everybody's got to go through the holidays. But this is something that you need to get involved in your business right away. Okay. Thank you, Suma. And I didn't mention it, but if you need a team account or your office account, you can find me on the office page up here. I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. And I can help set those things up for you as well. Okay. We've got a great support team. Don't hesitate. Just put it in the box there. It's at the lower left-hand side of our super friendly and very, very helpful. You're welcome, everybody. Thanks, and have a great holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Enjoy your holidays and keep safe. There's so much bad weather out there. You're welcome, Ram. Yeah. Oh, well, welcome, Ram. He's new to us. Yeah. Take care, everybody. We'll talk soon. Okay. Bye-bye.